Welcome to another bonus edition of Upon Further Review.
Upon further review,
And in this edition, we'll be talking about the Seattle Seahawks at the San Diego Chargers. And this Week 2 matchup will be played on September 14th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 1 o'clock West Coast time. And you can catch that on your local Fox affiliates. So we got the Chargers coming into this game off that big win in the first game of the season on Thursday Night Football as they beat the Packers. And the San Diego Chargers lost by just 1 point against the Arizona Cardinals on Monday Night Football. So that was really a heartbreaker for the Chargers fans. And now they got to go against the toughest team in the league, the toughest defense, after going against probably the second toughest defense in Arizona, even with their injury issues. Now they go against the number one defense, the Seattle Seahawks, that Legion of Boom. Is Phillip Rivers is going to have his hands full trying to find receivers, even though he's got very capable receivers. Is Floyd and Allen are a couple of the top young receivers in the league, and Matthews is a more than capable running back, and Danny Woodhead is a threat out of the backfield. But going against that Seattle Seahawks defense, they're really going to have a tough time. The Seahawks shut down Aaron Rodgers, and they show that they are back, and they're looking to repeat in the NFC West and make another run in the playoffs and try to be one of the first teams to repeat as Super Bowl champions in a long time. When was the last time someone repeated? Since the Patriots, when they beat the Panthers and the Eagles. So it's been quite some time. It's been over 10 years. The Seahawks, they caused a turnover in their first game as Byron Maxwell had that interception. They also had 3 sacks as Michael Bennett had 2 and Cliff April had 1. So they're going to be bringing the heat and putting Phillip Rivers under pressure. We saw Marshawn Lynch had a huge game as Beast Mode rushed for 110 yards off of 20 carries. And he was just tearing it up. He had 2 touchdowns against the Packers. And I'll tell you, the Chargers are going to really have their hands full trying to stop Beast Mode. Russell Wilson, he took care of the ball. Didn't really put up big numbers yard-wise, but he did have he had 2 touchdowns throwing. So even though he only had 191 yards, those 2 touchdowns, he got it in the end zone, and that's what really counts the most. Of course, Percy Harvin was looking really good as he had 41 yards on the ground and 59 yards receiving. So the Seahawks are just a threat all around on all sides, from their line up front, their offensive line, their running game, their passing game, and on defense, they're one of the best defenses. And it's really hard to pick against the Seahawks. I'm sure at some point they're going to lose a game this year, but to who? And is it going to be right here to San Diego? Well, San Diego has beat some top teams before. We saw last year when the Chargers went into Denver and they beat the Broncos. Of course, the Broncos then went to San Diego and beat the Chargers in San Diego, and they are, division rivals. And this game is in San Diego, so how will the Seahawks travel? We know that they're one of the toughest teams at home, as last year they only lost 1 game at home. But will they be able to travel to San Diego and win this game? Well, I think they will. I think it will be close. I think it'll actually, be closer than their game against the Packers, but it won't be quite as close as the Chargers game against the Cardinals. The Seahawks should win this game by about 6 points. In my opinion, of course, I'm not necessarily one who calls it by the points. I really am just saying wins or losses, and I definitely think the Seahawks win this game. So Marshawn Lynch should have another big game, and Russell Wilson, as long as he can take care of the ball and not turn it over, which is the thing he does, he's really good at managing a game, and he's really good at turning, making opportunities, creating opportunities, turning, a pass rush, and he scrambles and he turns it into a big game for his offense as he finds receivers downfield while he's running around, while he's scrambling. He's really heads up, keeps his eyes on the field, downfield, even when he's looking to see where those running lanes are. Then he pulls up, he throws the ball, makes those big plays. He's very clutch. He always comes through in the big moments, and I'll tell you, they get up early. This one could get out of hand. Of course, the Chargers, they're a team that always comes on strong in the second half, so even when they're down, they'll make it interesting. but in the end, the Seahawks are going to win. That's what I think. Let me know what you think. And thank you very much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the show.